Here's one thing most people miss when trying to get stronger, which cripples their ability to ever see actual changes in their body. Strength is like a skill that you're just trying to get better at, and as you get better, rather than just synaptic changes in your brain, you actually get muscle tissue as a byproduct of building that skill. And this is where people completely miss the mark. Imagine if you were trying to learn piano. Would you spend all day playing easy songs that you already knew? Or would you try and learn new things? Because the way that you get better at piano isn't by doing what's possible for you. It's by stretching your abilities. It's by trying to do things that you can't, struggling, and over time, every time you come back to practice, being slightly better. Most people with their strength training are either just sitting there playing the same song forever every time they practice, or they're not even trying to learn anything. They're just mashing keys randomly. Naturally, you could spend 5 hours a week at the keyboard and not get better at piano. It's the same with training. You need to be actually trying as hard as possible to be stronger than you currently are. Finding your limit and failing is what tells your body to adapt so that over time you can incrementally be a bit stronger, and in doing so your body actually physically transforms, builds muscle, gets leaner. So firstly, you need to be trying as hard as you can, pushing your limits, just like you try and learn a song. And then a more subtle note that people miss is that if there was a song you were trying to learn that had one really difficult part that you couldn't get right, you could play the rest. You wouldn't practice by just playing the whole song start to finish and only getting a few seconds in of practice on the difficult bit that you're trying to learn, right? You would probably, if you knew 90% of the song, spend your practice time on the 10% that was tricky so that caught up quickly, and then you'd have the whole song learnt with much less time investment. And again, it's exactly the same with strength training. Most people spend most of their sets and most of their reps in those sets and most of the range of motion within those reps doing sub-maximal work that's not challenging. And that's okay, but realize that all of that work that's not testing your strength limit, you could just be not doing and getting the same results. And that is how we've been able to, by isolating maximum difficulty and only training at failure throughout the full range of motion, that's how we've been able to condense training down to get it done in less than 40 minutes a week while still making all the same progress as, an effective 6-hour training routine. If you're trying to get stronger, make sure you're actually trying. Challenge yourself and realize that anything less than your maximum, less than failure, is basically a waste of time. Don't be afraid to eliminate it and just do the heaviest work possible at every single point in your training, because that's what's going to drive results.